So being able to hear messages that come through, energy fields of people, crystals, and where they need to be placed on a person's body. I also became very aware of my inner guidance and how to work it, how to use it to my benefit. As scary as it was sometimes, some of the direction that it was leading me in, it was mind-boggling. But I've grown to trust it that much that I listen. And I remember it was 2011, and we went to, well, our eldest daughter was about to go to high school in 2012. So the end of 2011, we went along to the parent-teacher information night. And I remember we were all sitting in the auditorium, all these parents and children that would be at high school next year. And we were sitting there, and then the headmaster came out. And the first thing she said, as she pointed, is, "It's not okay to be away." And immediately I just felt restricted. Okay, and I looked at my husband, and we looked at each other, and it was like, no way. This feels terrible. It feels horrible. And understanding that from a inner being point of view, if it feels bad, don't do it, okay? This was my immediate thought, but I'm thinking, hang on, this is school, this is a big deal. But the more she talked, and she started talking about, the way that the school does certain things and how the child had to be there for X amount of days a year or else they wouldn't pass, and I'm thinking, oh no, it just feels really horrible. So we had a discussion afterwards. We actually had filled out the enrollment forms before we went into the auditorium, so she was enrolled at that school. But then after hearing the big spiel, was like, we came home, we had to talk about it. And we said to her, look, if you want to go to that school, that's fine, but there are restrictions and there will be limitations because we won't be able to go away like we do. We usually go away during school because there's less people and it's a lot more cost effective, so we can stay away for longer. We go camping, we go to different hotels, we'll go Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, over to New Zealand to see family over there. So we're always doing something as a family together and just exploring life and having fun, because to us that's what life is about, to get out there and live it. So we said to our eldest, if you want to go to high school, that's cool. We'll go with the flow and we'll get you into the high school and you can do the high school thing. Or we can have a go at homeschooling, which I know nothing about. Okay. So she said she'd like to try homeschooling for 3 months, but if it didn't work, she'd like to go to high school. I said, yeah, that's fine, no worries at all. We can, we'll have a go at that. And inside I was like nervous and I'm thinking, but the feeling was, yeah, you're doing the right thing. But I was terrified, So I remember I found out more about homeschooling and the community and everything, and it sounded amazing, incredible. But when 2012 came around, because I rang the school and I said, look, our daughter won't be attending, we're going to try homeschooling. And the lady said, yeah, that's fine, no worries at all. But when 2012 rolled around and our daughter didn't show up to the classroom at high school, the high school rang me and they said, where is your daughter? She needs to be here. I said, I rang you last year and said that we weren't coming. We're going to try homeschooling and we've started our homeschooling program. And she goes, she's on the list. She needs to be here. You're still enrolled at this school. I said, well, I don't want us to be enrolled at this school. We've started homeschooling. Okay. Oh, hang on. This gets interesting. And so she left the conversation, but a couple of days later she rang back again. And she goes, your daughter needs to be here at school. And she goes, and we can't get her out of the system until you provide proof that she is in another system. So there is a system of control that was here, and just feeling this inside me, I knew I had made the right decision to give that opportunity for her to decide if she wanted to stay in the system or experience education from a different point of view. Anyway, the high school kept ringing, and I remember standing out in the backyard with the phones talking about inner guidance, and the lady must have thought I was nuts. But to this day, I stand by it. I absolutely do. And all she could say to me was, it's the law, it's the law, it's the law, with everything that I gave to her. I said, don't you feel like there's more to life that you could be experiencing? Isn't there a yearning inside of you calling out to live things in a different kind of way? It's the law. And that was the extent of the conversation, just me getting all passionate and all goosebumpy and letting all these emotions out and flow, and it's the law. So I knew I wasn't getting anywhere fast with this particular person. Anyway, we managed to sign up to a different system, the home education unit in Brisbane. After lots of talks with them saying we don't want to be controlled by a curriculum, by a system, and they gave us the opportunity of natural learning, which is the one that we went for, and it felt really good, and both of the girls have thrived ever since then. Sure, we had the hiccups in the beginning, but just going with that and understanding that we are being guided from within, and to be able to listen and to be game enough to have a go. All right, until next time, take care of you, stay safe, listen, and remember, it's all good.